Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are for the actual water signs of Zodiac, which are Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, and it's in between the 11th and the 17th of April 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card focus is for the actual water signs of Zodiac, which are Cancerini, Scorpioni and Piscelini, and it's in between the 11th and the 17th of April 2022. And of course I'm going to start with my gorgeous Cancerini, like, oh my lord, you are about to have such an amazing realization. The realization that you are going to have at the beginning of this week is just going to literally make you feel alive again. I'm not saying that you didn't feel alive, but this moment in time is in itself is going to change so much in your life, in terms of a bright prospect, in terms of the actual inspiration, in terms of the new beginning, in terms of a new start. This is absolutely brilliant. So it's all about the hope, faith, inspiration, and the bright prospects that you're going to become aware of. You know, they're going to be very strong elements of mixing of the actual past and present, but at the same time you're going to feel very optimistic about doing just that. And what also is going to happen, you know, the feelings of the fulfillment, satisfaction, pleasure and happiness, you know, they are going to be speaking to you in itself that you are on the right path, you are doing the right things. And also, you know, sometimes in life, you know, when we are facing a really big and important situation, then also there are the certain challenges that we come across that you are going to become aware of, but now they're going to seem really tiny in compare what exactly you're actually going to be facing. It's going to be so much bigger than anything else, and that in itself is going to start a remarkable process, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. And you know, at the same time, I really like it because it's going to be the motivation from somebody very successful, motivation from somebody really significant in your life. It's also going to be playing an absolutely enormous role here. This is brilliant because on one hand, it is going to really make you aware by the time you get to the mid part of this week. You know, it's all about you going on the next stage of this. So it's, first of all, you know, it starts with hope, faith, inspiration and bright prospects, but then again it's also like, oh god, you know, it's gonna have its own kind of questions, you know, around questions, its own kind of like a you know, things to work on, like perks that come with, you know, the new path and things like that, which is absolutely natural. But then on another hand, by the time you get to the actual mid part of this week, you are gonna become aware of the exact opportunity that you're gonna be aware of, the some kind of a timing when the exact opportunity is actually going to arise based on these bright prospects. This is brilliant because you will know, you will be able to connect immediately, and you will know that this is something that you need to do in order to advance your life. You know, you're gonna find this a bit of a challenging again, but then again it's all about you also realizing at that moment in time, in order for you to take this on, you also need to realize that you're at an amazing stage of your life, on a little crossroads, when you will simply know that, you know, it's about the discontinuance, you know, of the specific part of your life. It's to do with the previous plans, you know. The discontinuance of our previous plans are going to become absolutely obvious, but also extremely needed in order for you to release this energy and to be aware, by being aware of something better, much more beautiful, much more powerful, much more prominent. It's just like literally going to be facing you. So it's going to be impossible not to notice this, what this is, my gorgeous Cancerinis. You know, on one hand, this is going to show you the exact effort, you know, that you need to continue with this particular effort until the full success is attained. But then at the same time, it's also going to make you, it's going to bring you the new pleasure, you know, in your life. It's going to help you to get to know yourself, you know, a little bit more in spiritual terms. You know, you will become aware of your own power and how strong you only are when you allow yourself, you know, to live your life in your own unique way, because this is exactly what we need to do while we are on this specific journey on this earth. On another hand, the last part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, is just basically very important message, very important information you will have. And that information, it's going to be like a God's gift, because it's going to allow you to make a really significant decision. And that decision that you're going to make, it's going to start the process of a rather rapid advancement when it comes to your like literally instant success, because it's all about like planting this seed, giving the birth to a very important creativity and creation in your life, by the same time feeling this vibration and energy that this in itself, it's also like a starting the new direction in your life that is in itself going to become quite significant part of you feeling this accomplishment, you know, before the accomplishment even happens. Now you will know that the energy here is becoming very vibrant, it's becoming very prominent, it's becoming very strong, because for the first time in a long time you will be able to connect to the certain parts in your near future that before you just didn't know, that you didn't want to give a credit to yourself, but there were like so many things on the outside that were affecting you and clouding your mind when it comes to the dark and negative energy that was slowing you down, and it was making you to lose your connection with yourself, which reflected on the planning, on the future planning, which is really important aspect of our lives that just always needs to be going. It always needs to be flowing, you know, so we can move in the right direction by staying centered and only doing things that make sense to us, by following our intuition. What is really great is that when you're going to start something new here at around the end of this week, you're going to start something new, and it's going to take exactly 9 months until it explodes and go on an absolutely huge and enormous stage in your life in terms of your own success. This is going to reflect on your finances, but it's also going to reflect on your spirituality and setting your spirit free. You know, this is so important, and when that happens, you know, anything spontaneous that come to you, you should just do it, and anything that you want to explore suddenly, you should just go for it, my gorgeous Cancerinis. This is very, very important indeed. And you are going to be answering, there is a kind of like a big question that you are going to have, and it's to do with your stability in general. This question that you're going to be answering, that you're going to be wondering at around the end of this week. And this question that you're going to be wondering is pretty much so to do with your own stability in general, but it's also to do with your own reflection, but it's also to do with you realizing that you need time to recharge as well. It is more important than ever to protect your own energy. By protecting your own energy, you're also protecting your own creativity. So don't rush with anything whatsoever, and most certainly remember, one step at a time, but at the same time try to protect your energy by connecting and reconnecting with the nature. I've said this before, and taking the time out if you feel like things are a little bit too much, okay? Instead of just keeping going, you know, sometimes, you know, we are under the impact that, you know, we just have to keep going, but it's actually more important sometimes to just kind of slow down a little bit and take a time out by rewarding yourself when it comes to like a connecting and reconnecting with the nature, whatever you find like a really like kind of like a calming and relaxing, and some people find also like kind of giving gift to someone, like something beautiful, like, you know, and things like that. By making someone else happy, you know, we make ourselves happy as well. There's so many different ways that you can actually protect your own energy by doing those things that really elevate you beautifully and spiritually, you know. Very important indeed. So, you know, there is going to be the specific question that you're going to be kind of asking yourself at around the end of the weekend. It's to do with your own reflection, but also most importantly to take time time out, and the answer is actually going to come. Just remember this. Instead of rushing with something, you just put a little bit of stop there, and then just like kind of like turn things slightly differently, turn things around, and this way they will work in your favor. Okay. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. My gorgeous Scorpio, it's like, oh my God, you know, you are going to have like some kind of situation that you're going to find completely mind-blowing. Something is going to surprise you. Something is going to happen completely out of the blue. Okay, and this is really important here, because on one hand, first of all, at the beginning of the week, you know, you're gonna have a really, it's all gonna start with like an important conclusion. Then suddenly you're gonna realize at the beginning of the week, like, first of all, you're gonna have a very, very, very important conclusion with something really personal to you. And then suddenly, you know, out of the blue, you will have this like kind of realization that, oh my God, that you're approaching the end of the problem. The end of the problem when it comes to this conclusion, you will realize, oh my God, I'm approaching the end of the very long and ongoing problem that was slowing me down for the last 36 months. This is very important, because once that happens, you're going to come out of yourself like a big mama. You're going to come out of yourself like there is no tomorrow. So you will be able to focus only on those parts of your life that are going to help you to grow, instead of wasting your energy on negativity and things that karmically you are a long way from at this moment in time. This is important because it's to do with you realizing at the beginning of the week that the certain priorities are about to change, but this is all an integral part of our spiritual journey, realizing big things at the time when you are meant to realizing them. It's more important than ever, because you start seeing things that you didn't see before, but you also start reading in between the lines. Reading in between the lines, it's very, very important. So it's a very unexpected event. It's about to occur. Something is going to surprise you so much. Something is going to blow you away so much, and it's going to open your mind above all. And an unexpected event is going to consist of you facing the situation where you're going to become aware of somebody being very malicious. You're going to be aware of somebody being very like two-faced. You're going to be aware of, even more importantly, something that is completely going to blow you away. Somebody being completely narrow-minded. Somebody's narrow-mindedness is going to blow you away so much, but it's also going to play an important role for you when it comes to making a rather sharp decision at around the midweek, because the midweek you're going to need to make an important decision. And because you came across this situation when you become aware of somebody's narrow-mindedness, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to play a huge, massive role by the time you get to the midweek, and you are going to really kind of like you know, you're gonna be able to become aware of the actual reorganization that you wouldn't in your life, that you wouldn't normally become aware of. Exactly which reorganization in your life do you need to do in a specific way. The specific, it's not like, oh my God, completely new reorganization. No, baby, no. But it's about recognizing which things come first. Again, it's to do with the change of priority that you need to do in order to allow yourself, through someone's ingenuity, you're going to allow yourself to actually really have a moment of your personal growth. When it comes to your progress, this in itself, it's going to put you kind of going to make you aware of specific people that you should connect and reconnect with, in terms of you getting out of them the actual very successful dealings later on. So it's all going to boil down to the fact that you are, through somebody narrow-mindedness, this is going to work so great for you, because it's going to bring one of the greatest progress of your life, because it's going to highlight something so unique and so special and so sacred to you, something that you were aware of. This is going to be highlighted, but it's most importantly going to lead towards a very, very, very successful dealings, because you're going to find yourself, you're going to cross the path with the people that you should cross your path with, people who think like you, people who act like you, people who are very similar to you, and most important, importantly, people who are extremely advanced when it comes to your spirit, when it comes to your soul, and when it comes to your spiritual journey. You're extremely advanced because you know when something is wrong, when something is right, and this is what I'm talking about, taking an advantage of it and making the most of it, and knowing, you know, that the results of efforts are nearly due, but also knowing that there is, when the reorganization in your life is needed. And it's all about you exploring. When you feel those beautiful bursts of energy when it comes to exploration, which I mentioned before, but it's also about you following your creativity. By following your creativity, you're going to get lots of answers because you're increasing your energy at the same time, and there are going to be loads of that happening throughout this week. It's about your willpower and getting your willpower through your own self-confidence at the same time. This is brilliant because you are going to find out something really interesting about yourself by the end of the week. An element of your life is missing, and which element of your life is missing? It's going to come to you through the moment of self-illumination when it comes to you being in self-denial. It's an element in your life that is so important, but it also involves people. It also involves like maybe friends. I'm not saying that you don't have friends, but it's to do with like a really pretty much a reconnection with very important people in your life. And there are some of them that are going to make themselves known this week, and you will know who they are. And most importantly, these are the people that you should reconnect with, you see. And also, on another hand, my gorgeous Scorpioni, you know, it's like a basic, just remember that, you know, the last part of this week, it's like, oh my God, you know, just remember this. I mentioned to you before, it's about exploring something. You're going to have this throughout this week, this sudden urge to explore. And this is going to bring you this very unique and very special energy, which is going to happen at around the end of the week. You're going to have a very strong and very, like a strong urge to explore. And this in itself should really speak to you so much in itself, because you having a sudden urge to explore, that in itself is going to really make you more creative, but it's also going to like kind of like make you aware of the specific path, brand new path opening up for you right now here, my gorgeous Scorpione. Whether you believe me or not, you really should believe this, because this is important, because you're about to plant a very specific seed, very powerful spiritual seed by the end of this week. And the spiritual seed that you're going to plant is going to come in the form of the actual exploration, because suddenly you're going to feel like you want to explore something, you want to inspect something, and my babies, you should just jump into it, you should just throw into this water, you should just throw into this river right now at this moment in time, in terms of the actual exploration indeed, because at the same time you are going to start a remarkable process and progress. And this is the strength of your spirit speaking to you. This is the strength of your soul speaking to you. So this is going to be felt on a completely different level. And never mind the signs that you are going to have at around the same time that you are on the right path, that you are doing the right thing. And also at the time when you feel like that you want to explore something, please, this is so important, is the part of your life that makes you feel alive again. It's part of your life that makes you feel good. It's parts of your life that makes you feel unique, and it's parts of your life that makes you feel really kind of like strong and powerful as well. So it is just based. So first of all, you're going to feel like you want to explore this, but at the same time, that in itself is going to become like the beginning of a very, very meaningful experience that you will never, ever, ever forget in your life. It's a like rather adventurous moment in time, but then again, it's about the inspiration, it's about the focus, it's about the motivation, it's about even love that you're going to be feeling at the same time. It's you finding a very interesting, important choice in your life, and that it's almost like kind of then and there it's going to show you the action in your life. It's going to pick up the energy of action. It's going to pick up, but also you're going to feel a very strong commitment to that part of your life. So just remember that this is to do with an important specific choice that in that moment in time you're going to be facing. This is brilliant because you know it's also at the same time going to make you feel so happy. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, and don't be surprised how you will want to kind of reconnect with the people in your life. You will want to suddenly like kind of like start seeing people. I'm not saying that you didn't see people, but suddenly you will feel that you want to kind of have a presence of the people around you that mean to you so much. And this is nothing unusual, because there is someone very specific that is also going to surprise you. There's certain person that you haven't been in touch with for a long time. It's going to surprise you, but then they're not going to come to you like completely like and tell you something, but you're going to come across this person. You're going to see them like maybe online. You're going to see the certain message, you know, you're going to see something that they say, something that they post, or something that they do that is just going to really shining really brightly in front of you. And there is a very strong connection that you're going to have with that person, and that person is going to play an important role because it's going to inspire you so much. And that inspiration that you're going to get and gain through just reading what they said at the right moment in life, in time, through the synchronicity, this is that inspiration that you need, you know, when it comes to that final push. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces, my gorgeous Piscelini. Oh my Lord, you know, first of all, you know, some kind of imposter is going to be revealed, you know, something is really going to surprise you so much at the beginning of the week, you know, someone is going to be revealed, some kind of an imposture, but then again, at the same time, this is nothing to do with your life in personal, but it's to do with something that you're going to kind of here on the outside. Is to do with something that you're going to become aware of on the outside, and this in itself is going to play a giant role, because it's not only about, you know, a certain imposture is going to be like revealed, you know, but it's somebody very dangerous, somebody very deceitful, somebody very like a two-faced, somebody very devilish. But at the same time, you know, this is nothing to do with your life in personal, but you will know exactly which path to avoid in order to remove yourself from this type of energies, because these type of energies are very dangerous, and these type of energies are very toxic, because they steal our vibration, they steal our power without us even realizing this. So this is why this is so important, because at the same time you are becoming aware of this, you're having a strong confirmation, but you're also protecting your energy on one hand, and on another hand you are going to become aware and alerted to unknown dangers. And these unknown dangers that you're going to become alerted and aware of, it's going to really help you to protect yourself in the best possible way in the future, by avoiding this with a group of people, type of people, by avoiding this way of thinking, because there is something going to be so dark and negative, and it's just been like that for a long time. And this, my gorgeous Piscelini, is something you no longer want to be part of, because it's doing nothing but stealing your energy. But also, never mind the fact it's about a confirmation that what you knew was right, you know, and that confirmation is just gonna really kind of gonna be a very important part here in itself, when it comes to your own motivation and the influence that you're gonna feel in the best possible way. But on another hand, it's really gonna have it's gonna make a major impact when it comes to you realizing, you know what, you're gonna decide something here. You are going to decide something here so important when it comes to big change. And this is just the beginning. Like, you're just going to be like, you know what, I just had absolutely enough. And it's going to motivate you so much, and it's going to push you towards the massive big change. And this in itself is going to reflect on your home, on your happiness. It's going to bring you joy and pleasure immediately, but it's also going to bring you peace, love and contentment into your life. I like it because, you know, this is going to be something that almost immediately you will know that if you do this, when you focus on this, there is an immediate support of the people that you're gonna feel and you're gonna become aware of. An immediate support, I'm talking about the people who mean to you so much, you know, and vice versa. So you're almost gonna, the people in your life are also gonna be playing an important role here when it comes to your own projection, reflection, and realizing the bigger picture also through people in your life. You're gonna realize which people exactly mean to you so much, and this is beautiful. But on another hand, you're also gonna find this beautiful motivation who through the actual real people in your your life, because you will feel this vibration. You will know, if you do this, you know, this is going to mean to them so much, and that is going to mean to you even more, because it's coming from the people who really are important to you, and you're important to them as well. So it's all about like a kind of like a really realizing what do you need to do in order to protect yourself, remove yourself from the negativity, negative energy, but also a big change. What big change this is? It's important because on one hand this is to do with the progress in your life, but on another hand it's just gonna also be connected to the specific aspect of your life that you've been thinking about it for so long, and you thought that this is something that you're going to be doing like in a year or 2 years, but no, baby, no. Remember, stay centered. Do not let your energy be taken away or stolen away from you ever again. Think with your mind. Think with your mind. Think with your spirit. Think with your soul. Stay grounded. Follow your intuition that way. Do not let your balance being affected by constant negativity. So this is what you need to establish, where this is coming from, and remove yourself. Only watch and face those things, you know, that are like making you feel so good and making you feel excited, making you feel optimistic, you know. So it's this energy that you're going to find super beneficial indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Pisces lineage, you know, you are going to come across with the person who is really also I don't know, a quite difficult person. A difficult person to understand, not necessarily horrible person, not necessarily vile person or anything like that, but it's just that you are going to have such a completely different opinion. So this is, again, you need to protect your energy, because this person is not like someone really special in your life or anything like that, but it's going to happen at around the time when you're going to feel a little bit wind up. It's going to happen at around the time when you're going to feel like maybe a little bit sensitive, because there are lots of other things that are going to be going on. So this situation is only going to be magnified. So where you need to respond by not showing your feelings and by just rising above the situation and ignoring this negative level of energy that this person is going to be projecting, you know. It's just your opinion and this other person's opinion are so different, and we are coming across this quite a lot, and there is no point, and I mentioned this before quite a few times, and it's important to say it again, there is no point to waste your energy on people who are just so far gone, with the people who are having completely different opinion of us, completely different way of thinking to us. Absolutely no way, no point whatsoever. So you are going to come across with someone who is going to wind you up at around the midweek when it comes to like having completely different opinions to you. Conflict of interest, also like conflict of interest, but it's also like completely different opposed opinions. So just remember to have patience, okay, to have patience, because very soon after that moment in time, you are going to have a very unusual sign, a very unusual omen, which is going to come in the form of a little animal, whether this is going to be dog, cat, or whichever animal, bird, you know, it really doesn't matter. You will know that this animal is meant to be the part of the spiritual journey, and that animal, when you see it, you will know, you almost immediately, you need to reflect on what you were thinking about, and you will see you're still going to be kind of like really pretty much so thinking about someone who is having opposed opinion to you, but it's not to do with that. This is to recognize like this specific situation, what you're going to get out of it, and what your message is when it comes to that omen and that sign is basically that, you know, the part of your life that you're thinking about at that moment in time is that what you need to devote so much of your energy to. And you're still going to be thinking like, oh God, you're still going to be slowing yourself down. You're going to realize that you are kind of giving a little blockages to yourself, but not allowing this energy to go forward. And you're not allowing this energy to go forward because you're taking so many different aspects on the outside that have got nothing to do with you, that drain your energy so far, and now you need to remove yourself from. This is a very important sign, omen that you're going to have. But what your omen and sign really means is that what you were worrying at around the time when you see that animal what you were worrying around the time, you just need to kind of realize this. You need to pay attention to this immediately, because it's something that, you know, this sign is letting you know that you are on the right path. This is exactly part of your life that you should put more energy and more the devotion towards. So this is your sign. Not to worry about that aspect, you will see, but just to kind of keep going and keep going and keep going, because you are the one with the power. You are the one who is holding the candle, spiritual candle. You are the one on your own path, not anyone else. You need to really kind of step up on your spiritual journey by protecting your power, protecting your energy. Okay, so and also, you know, it's all about you becoming aware of truly where exactly, which part of your life you need to offer more services, and it's to do with a very, very specific goal indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, it's a very, very interesting advice that you are going to have with an obstacle that was created in your life within the last 13 months. Within the last 13 months, there was an obstacle that was created in your life. You did not know what to do, and there is a very interesting advice that you are going to have, and this advice is going to be absolutely everything, because on one hand, you know, it's really gonna make you kind of feel really creative almost immediately, but then at the same time it's going to come from, you know, from someone very special in your life, somebody very knowledgeable, somebody very spiritual, somebody very powerful, somebody very strong, somebody very unique. So this is the type of person that I'm talking about. Very interesting advice at the end of the week, and that advice is going to help you with an obstacle that was draining your energy over the last 13 months, and now suddenly you're going to feel like, oh my god, this is going to be really easy to do, and it's to do with like the actual, and the advice is to do with how to deal with that obstacle, but then at the same time it is going to give you confidence, and that confidence is going to give you stability, because it's coming from the right person who is also going to bring a really great influence into your life, you know, and it's going to lead towards an absolutely amazing, mind-blowing accomplishment. And at the same time, my gorgeous Piscelini, understanding your beliefs, values and boundaries is going to also teach you a very important lesson, you know, something very divine and something very wise you are going to realize here as well, you know. So this is absolutely brilliant. So understand your beliefs, my gorgeous Piscelini, understand your beliefs, values and boundaries. This is very important, because that in itself is going to teach you something so specific when it comes to divine wisdom, you know, but at the same time, you know, when it comes to like really having this energy of the, you know, unexpected, but also at the same time making the most out of it when it comes to having one of the greatest movements in your lives. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonus in Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.